Boom! Welcome to Fight Hits MMA. It's me, Miss Nikki. Yes, we are talking about BKFC 15. The British are coming. The British are coming. Well, they are already here. Yes, you guys, this card has not been without its ups and downs until today, where they had the weigh-ins. We got a new main event. We got a girl fight. The lineup change. Bombs being dropped. Oh my goodness, you guys. It's going down tomorrow. You do not want to miss this. Get the BKTV app and download it to see the fights. First up on our agenda is Rusty Crowder versus Adam Pallarino at 145. Now, what I will say is that Rusty has been one of my contentious fighters that have always had a problem with making weight. Adam made weight at 145 today, and Rusty came in at 148.8. Rusty is 2-1-0, and Adam is 1-1-0 at BKFC. Good luck, gentlemen. We'll be watching tomorrow. Next up is Mr. Quentin Henry and Jason Fan. Those two will be making a dust up at 205. Mr. Fan is from Hampton, Virginia. Y'all know Miss Nikki is from Virginia. He is making his debut tomorrow, and Quentin is 1-0-0 at bare knuckle fighting. So that 205 fight ought to set some stuff straight right there. Good luck tomorrow, gentlemen. The girl fight. Miss Jenny Savage dons the bare knuckle fighting squared ring, and she is going to be fighting Sheena Starr. She's a bare knuckle fighter. She's a cut woman. She sometimes corners fighters. When they don't, she's a matchmaker. This girl got all kinds of stuff going on. She had a little bit of drama leading into the card too. We'll talk about that later. But Jenny Savage comes to us with a 3-4-0 MMA record. She's debuting tomorrow against Sheena, who has a 1-2-0 record. And neither is a win for Jenny tomorrow. Give her Sheena's number 3 place in the rankings. Brad Kelly and Kane Tomlinson. OMGGG. So, Kane is a return fighter. He comes up from the Toe to Line card, and his bare knuckle experience is 0-1-0. And Brad Kelly himself is making a debut tomorrow. So, we ought to see what that ought to be like. Good luck, gentlemen. Yes. And then we have Dakota Cochran versus Tyler Vogel. That's gonna be a good fight. They're fighting in the 185 division. Tyler Vogel came in at 184, and Dakota came in at 185.2. So that's a good look. They were the only people that I seen outside of our guys for the co-main event make weight at that way. Like, this is crazy sometimes, but this is a good fight with Dakota being 2-0 and Tyler being 0-1-0. Good luck tomorrow, gentlemen. Lewis Rumsey versus Adrian Miles. Yeah, that's going to be a heavyweight fight. Mr. Rumsey was on the first card at BKFC back in 2018, and I'm not sure if he fought Drew on that card or not, but Drew Lipton is going to be fighting Harrison. But Mr. Rumsey is fighting Adrian Miles, who comes to us as a bare knuckle fighter at 0-1-0. He came in at 247.8. They're going to be the number 2 prelim fight, and Lewis is 0-2. So both men are looking for a win tomorrow. We're going to have to see how that goes. Harrison Stephen and Drew Lipton. These two are meeting for the second time in their bare knuckle careers. Drew comes to us. Like I said, he was on one of the first cards too at BKFC. He's 0-2-0. He came in at 184.9, and Harrison Stephen is 2-2-0 at bare knuckle, and he came in at 181.8. Now, when they announced it at weigh-ins, they said the 175 division, but I'm more leaning towards maybe that was just a little error, and they're fighting at 185 because there's no way both guys came in this high overweight and nobody's like batting an eye. So I'm thinking they're supposed to meet at 185. That's why they came in at 181.8 for Harris Stevenson and 184.9 for Drew Lipton. So good luck, gentlemen. We'll see who prevails in that fight tomorrow. That's going to be a little bit of a dust-up. Both guys are tough. Then we have Mr. Sorrows versus Josh Burns. Chris Sorrow versus Josh Burns. Oh my goodness, y'all. This is going to be off the chain. Because at weigh-ins, it looked like Mr. Burns was not trying to have no trash talking between him and Mr. Sorrow. Mr. Sorrow looked like he was trying to stir up a little bee's nest up there on stage. And Josh wasn't having it. Josh is a veteran. He's the 6-2-2 BK fighter, and Chris Sorrow is 2-0 at Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. So that's going to be a great fight. Oh, co-main event: Tyler Goodjohn versus Charles Bennett. El Tornado versus Felony. The co-main event: Britain versus the USA. What will happen, you guys? I ain't even gonna lie. Tyler Goodjohn walked out on that damn way out stage looking like a whole snack tonight, ladies. So if y'all have not checked out this damn weigh-in videos, please go to the BKFC YouTube page and check that out tonight. Both men look good. They both look ready. It wasn't a whole bunch of shenanigans between the two of them. They really been working both hard, to get ready for this fight. So will Tyler Goodjohn be able to come in and take over like he think he can? He's 3-0. He's undefeated at Bare Knuckle. Tyler is not only a Bare Knuckle fighter, but he is a champion from Britain. So we got to keep our eye out for him. And Charles is 0-2 at Bare Knuckle. He has a history of breaking his hands in his fights at Bare Knuckle. But we're going to have to see what happens tomorrow. He comes in with a whole new coaching staff. He comes in with somebody who's going to wrap his hands differently from his other fights, Charles is. We're just going to have to wait and see how this takes over. We're just going to have to see if the takeover happens or if Felony puts the kibosh on that British train tomorrow. Our main event: Bobo O'Bannon versus Sam the Hillbilly Hammer Shoemaker. It's our main event. It started off with Mr. Shoemaker versus our other young man from England, Mr. Mark Godbear. And Mark ended up getting sick and was unable to fill his obligation to fight on this card against Shoemaker. Mr. Tyler Goodjohn is holding down this card for the Brits tomorrow because his countryman is out sick. But Mr. O'Bannon himself is, man, this guy's just popping up out of nowhere. We have got to keep our eye on this young man. But what I will say is that Sam Shoemaker showed up the best looking I've ever seen him come into a fight, including the last one I seen him fight at. Let me tell you, I expected Sam to look good, but I didn't know he was going to look this good. He came in underweight behind Mr. O'Bannon, who himself looks good even from his previous fight. When I last seen him in October fighting at Toe the Line, where he was the main event, and he got the knockout win over Mr. Mike Cow. But no mistake. Sam has a 3-1-1 record at BKFC, and Bobo is 2-0. So make no mistake, this heavyweight fight means a lot to both of these gentlemen. If Bobo gets the win over Shoemaker tomorrow, that catapults him to the top immediately, well, near the top. And Mr. Shoemaker, if he gets the win tomorrow, we'll see if it puts him back in line for maybe the heavyweight title again. But don't forget, you guys, today, download the BKTV app, order the fight, enjoy.